We're here for the Chemtechathon, and we are testing our fish samples that we had got from Pender County.
And we were doing it to test the metals in the different samples of fish that are around in the coastal area and see what type of fish might actually contain those that we could be consuming.
We chose this one because we all like fish and we all like to fish.
Everybody was like, yeah, that's what we want to do. We live in, a rural county, and a lot of agriculture and tourism and recreation, and so I think it was a natural choice for them to want to see what's in the fish they're eating and the water they're playing in.
We're testing for if it has metals in it like iron, zinc, nickel, and copper.
We hope to see that maybe there is some type of metals and we can figure out how we can go about this to not be putting ourselves in danger with these metals that could potentially harm us.
There you go.
My fingers right there. So we had spot, mackerel, and pufferfish.
King mackerel came off the coast from a friend. The spots were caught by me off Surf City Pier, and the pufferfish was found on the beach.
And I was working on the spot and mackerel, and we were cutting them up with scalpels and putting them in a machine to weigh them, so we needed 5 grams of each. And I know I didn't work on the pufferfish, but I know the pufferfish was a harder one.
Pufferfish is what I had to cut open, and the skin was really hard, and we had to use all different types of people and instruments at the same time.
For the testing, they were all supposed to be around 5 grams to get the same outcomes and everything. And then we used the pipettes to put the acid in there to dissolve them so that we could test them later so they weren't in a solid form.
I mean, it was really interesting because when they had reacted together, they had made this yellow-orangish, sort of like a brownish kind of puff of smoke, and it made the room really smoky, and it stunk in there. But also at the same time, you watched the fish kind of dissolve in front of your eyes, and it was really, really cool.
Once it dissolved down some, we put it in a machine, and that indicated the levels of nickel, iron, and zinc in the fish.
It's really cool. To be honest, most of us have not been in a laboratory this big, and it's pretty cool to have the access to all this equipment.
My college did not have access to the equipment that is available here, and some of it that they did, only the lab techs or the TAs would be able to utilize, and they'd give us our results back. So kids are doing things today that I didn't have access to in grad school.
All of the equipment here is something new to me. I've never really seen any of it, which is really cool because science is something that I wanted to go into, and I kind of drifted away from it, but it's kind of bringing it back and everything.
But the pufferfish seems to have the highest so far. Yeah.
We put the sample, and I saw a fire that was heating below the sample, and it had a lamp light that focused directly on one type of metal, and it just focused on our sample, and after about 2 minutes it told us what the levels were.
So we've found out that the metal samples that are in the pufferfish are substantially higher than in the mackerel or the spot fish that we did. And the king mackerel, that's so far the safest fish, I guess you could say, according to the metals, and the pufferfish is the most dangerous.
This is what science should look like at a high school level, possibly a middle school level. It should be student-driven. It should be a collaboration with outside resources and experts in their field. I mean, that's the dream for science education, probably any type of education. Real-world applications of student-driven projects is absolutely what I envisioned whenever I wanted to be a teacher. And without the support of programs like this, it's impossible in public education. We have to have partners. And if you mean what would I tell the schools and the teachers, it would be if they're here and we don't reach out, we'll lose them. And this has been an amazing experience.